In the book of Psalms 91, it says in the first two verses, "Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust." Good morning, everyone. Today, I want to talk about in the shelter of the Most High. This psalm is attributed to Moses, and I think that he tries to describe his life and journey on this earth in each one of his verses. We can recall well that God entrusted Moses with the responsibility of bearing all the burdens of the people of Israel upon his shoulder, not only to bring the people out of the oppression of Egypt, but to guide them through the desert until they arrive to the promised land. In verse 3, it says, "Surely He shall deliver you from the snares of fowlers and from the perilous pestilence." Remember, God's judgment manifested through plagues. When this plague would come, they would practically destroy everything in their path in Egypt. But nobody in the people of Israel would have affected in the slightest way. For the Egyptian, the darkest night of all was when the angel of death passed through and struck all the firstborn of Egypt, from the son of Pharaoh down to the most humble person there in Egypt. But there was not a single death among the people of Israel. Why? Moses said it in verse 5 and 6, "You shall not be afraid of the terror by night, nor of the arrows that flieth by day, nor the pestilence that walks in the darkness." You see, Moses led the Israelites out from Egypt to the promised land. Then the Israelites saw how the waters of the Red Sea were divided into two, and they crossed in dry ground. When Pharaoh's army wanted to do the same, Moses gave the order, and the water came back, and the whole army perished. That's why Moses said in verse 7 and 8, "1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You shall only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked." So when Jesus was on this earth, the enemy used one of the verses of this psalm in verse 11 to try to seduce him. He invited the Lord to throw himself from the pinnacle of the temple and said, "It is written, you shall give his angels charge over you and their hands. They shall bear you up, lest you dash your foot against a stone." Jesus replied, "Yes, but it is written again, you shall not tempt the Lord your God." So after this trial, the enemy left him. That's in verse 13, "The young lion and the serpent you shall trample under your feet." See, the Lord Jesus himself said to his disciples in Luke chapter 10, verse 19, "Behold, I give you the authority to trample on serpents and on scorpions and all over the powers of the enemy, and nothing shall means hurt you." So this is the promise that was not only left for the people of Israel, and not only was being fulfilled in Jesus, but it is also going to be fulfilled in each of those who place all their trust in the Lord. Verse 14, "Because he has set his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. I will set him on high, because he has known my name." That is the promise that the Lord has left for his children. All that he asked is to throw ourselves into his arms, that he himself be the one that covers us, protects us, and keep us, because he promised to give us the victory. And the Lord concluded in verse 15 and 16, "He shall call upon me, and I will answer them. I will deliver and honor them with long life. I will satisfy them and show them my salvation." What a tremendous promises in this Psalms 91. The interesting thing is, all of these promises are for each one of us if we make the Lord our shelter. Friends, declare it with me. The Lord is my shelter, and I am more than conqueror.